Boxing Bros UK. Stay tuned, stay listening, and stay informed.
What's next for Usyk? What do you think he should do?
Well, it looks like it's the Caballero fight. Caballero came into the ring off. Oh no, yeah, I think Caballero did come into the ring after the fight, didn't he?
Yeah.
And Turkey was saying, yeah, Caballero next, and then they want to run it back with Rico. Usyk seems down for it. And that Caballero fight looks really tough now. That the outlook on that fight has really changed following that Rico fight, because Caballero is a guy who's, athletic, a heavy puncher, goes to the body too. There is some similarities with him and Rico in terms of the way they fight. They're pressure fighters. They want to put it on you. Like I said, go down to the body as well. But Caballero has been there. He is a guy who's right at the top of the heavyweight division and deserves his chance. It has to be Caballero. And Caballero's been waiting for a long time, and he's been around for a minute. He's been in the European scene at heavyweight for a while, and has just been waiting for that big opportunity. And I think surely this has got to be it for him.
Yeah, so what do you think, though? So do you think he should run it back with Rico or fight Caballero? What do you reckon he should do?
I think he should fight Caballero next. I think he should fight Caballero next and then rematch Rico. But the thing is, okay, if he beats Caballero, then yeah, you rematch Rico. But if he loses to Caballero, then what? And that's the real question, because before this fight, I would have thought, yeah, Usyk beats Caballero. Wouldn't be an easy fight, but he beat Caballero. But now I'm like, I don't know. Does he beat Caballero?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I will say to yourself, though,
yeah,
so Fury was terrible against Ngannou. Yeah, terrible. Yes. And Ngannou's an MMA fighter. And let's have it right, he's shit. AJ knocked him out brutally, and AJ's done for just because any boxer would have knocked Ngannou out. Yeah. He's shit. He's not going to be making waves in the boxing world. And what did Fury do after that fight? Don't forget that first Usyk fight was close, and he gave Usyk fucking hell. So I do believe if Usyk fights Caballero, we're gonna see the old Usyk, and he'll have a point to prove. Do you know what I mean? And I think I don't know. I still say Usyk definitely wins that.
Yeah, because you look at how you look, even in the Daniel Dubois 2 fight, I'm like, this guy, even at that point, he was like 38. I'm like, this guy's in insane shape for a 38-year-old. And he goes out and stops Daniel Dubois. That wasn't that long ago.
Exactly. He just did it. I'm telling you, I've been watching boxing for about 35 years. He didn't train. Usyk didn't train. Yeah. He didn't train for that fight. He had ring rust. Yeah. And normally, a fighter of his caliber can shake it off in a few rounds if they've been inactive like he has. For you to only land your proper punch, obviously we've got to give Rico his credit, but I just think he didn't train. I'm not making it excuses like, if he trained it would be, but it is what it is. He got in the ring and that's it. But so I do think that. And Rico, what do you think should be next for Rico? Do you think run it back with Usyk straight away, or would you like to see him fight someone else?
I think if I was Rico's manager, I'd want him to run it back with Usyk straight away. But Rico, he's got options, because he didn't have a bad performance against Usyk. He got stopped, but those are the sort of performances that, even though you lost, a lot of doors are still open to you now. So I imagine he could get a half-decent ranking. Even though he lost, he could get a half-decent ranking with maybe the WBC. And then maybe he could get himself another big fight. That's not an Usyk fight. But if I'm managing Rico Verhoeven and I'm looking at this guy, in his mid-30s, he's a heavyweight. He's, no spring chicken, a lot of experience, a lot of kickboxing miles. I want to get the biggest fights for as much money as I can. Maybe he waits out for 12 months, 18 months and waits for an Usyk rematch. I could see that happening for sure.
All right. Give me some names, not Usyk, who Rico should fight next.
Oh, I'd love to see him in there with Zhang. I'd love to see him in there with Dubois, a Chisora, because they would just be wars. Rico's not taking a step back. Those guys are definitely not taking a step back, and they're just going at it. If I wanted to see a bit more of a chess match, him v Hrgovic would be a great fight. The heavyweight division's really good at the moment, even though I think there's not a ton of super marketable names. There's a lot of talent. It's a talent-rich division, in my opinion. Richard Torres just got knocked out, but he was an up-and-coming contender. Frank Sanchez is a guy who's, he was on the undercard. I think Rico Verhoeven's probably a bit bigger of a name for Frank Sanchez to fight now. But like I said, those names that I mentioned earlier, Dubois,
For me, what I'd like to see as well, ideal situation. I want Usyk to fight Caballero and to show people, listen, that was a bad day at the office for me. I fucked up. Yeah, I It's like in Rocky. You ain't been hungry since you win that belt. Like Usyk ain't hungry no more. He's clocked the game after that Dubois match, and he's not in it anymore. So he needs to ask serious questions. But I want Usyk to fight Caballero, because Caballero deserves it. He's been waiting long enough. This fucking circus sideshow thing that Usyk orchestrated, and all the circuses before that, Andy Ruiz, Wilder, all these fucking dead fights, cherry picks that he's been trying to do. I think that Caballero deserves his shot. And what I want Rico to fight a top 10 heavyweight, just to prove that it wasn't a fluke. I am a serious problem in this division. And then he comes through his fight and then rematches Usyk if he beats Caballero. And if Caballero beats Usyk, he fights Caballero. I'd like him to see in the names that you've seen, like Hrgovic. I don't want him to see fight AJ. I think he would destroy AJ right now. But Hrgovic, not Zhang, because I think Zhang's. Oh, actually, maybe Zhang. But I
just for the styles, I think but both guys, they're both guys that aren't going to take a step back. You know, you're going to see some hands get thrown. Even just came to my mind weirdly, probably because they're two European guys. But Gassiev holds a belt. He holds the regular WBA. I want to say, could be a move there. You know, you could do that on a European show. Put that in Germany or the Netherlands. I'm sure both guys will sell a decent amount of tickets there.
I think that's the dream. I would really love Rico to have another fight in between now, another 12 rounder, just to show, listen, that weren't no fluke. I'm in this boxing shit. And right, so that's that fight dealt with. Commiserations, not commiserations, like adulations to Rico, like fucking wow, well done, respect, and I am so happy to be wrong that Usyk got his ass handed to him in most of the rounds, and that teaches you a lesson, mate, for cherry picking, thinking that you don't need to train and you can just take easy fights and It teaches you a lesson. Take boxing serious, no matter how fucking good you are or whatever, because Usyk is very, very good, generational great. You need to train, regardless.
And all of you people in Britain, please
watch us
at Boxing Bros UK.